the equality in education through accessible online learning. Please allow me to introduce myself. I am Mamadou Diop. I am the Director of Adult Education and Professional Training at the Kativik School Board. So it's my pleasure to do this presentation with Ms. Isabel Bertoluti. She is our consultant in online training and development of curriculum. So I think that I'm not going to start any debate by saying that for any any introduction of a new technology in education, what's most important is accessibility. I think you will agree. So with the adult education at the school board, we are going to present you solutions that have been adopted and implemented in order to offer some online training in Nunavik with or without internet connection. So I believe that it is a great idea to really understand this process uh, along this project. Let's start by talking about the questions. This is just like a diagnosis in order to assess your knowledge. This is not a real test. I just want to say that the Kativik Lisa Ninlirinik School Board was created in 1975 according to the Bay James Convention. We have a particular status. This is a school board that offers programs in English, French, and Inuktitut languages. Now, the first question for you, if you have listened, as you all know, every school board has a territory. What is the designated territory of the Kativik School Board? Where is it operating? What's its territory? All right, so the Kativik School Board is the exclusive provider of school services across Nunavik. So this is the red area above the 55th parallel, which covers about 500 square kilometers. As I've said, these services are offered in Inuktitut, French, and English as a second language. Also, we have the mandate to preserve and develop the Inuk language, and also to preserve the lifestyle and culture of this population. Now, how many communities are there in Nunavik? All of these questions are quite relevant. You will understand when Isabel starts talking, you will understand. All right, here's the answer, 14. When we talk about Nunavik, we are talking about 14 communities scattered along Hudson Bay and Ungava Bay, and you have Kuujjuaq, Saluit, and other communities as well. Now, can we go there driving, by car, by plane? Can we go there walking? Here's the answer. There is no road going to the Nunavik villages. So these are fly-in communities. They are only accessible by plane, and we have daily flights that leave either Montreal or elsewhere so that we can travel to these communities. So this gives you some idea of the geographic lo locality of these communities, and there are challenges. It might appear to be obvious, but in our case, if somebody is living in a community, if there's an adult person that wants to attend a program offered in a different community, which ones are the solutions available to the person, to the adult? Let me say that if, in this case, the student can only move to a different community where this program is being offered right now, and if there is a family, children, well, everybody will have to move to the other community. So in the school board, there are some residencies for students, and also there is some financial support available to allow people attending these programs. And here's the last question, the last but not the least. This is about the quality of the internet connectivity. As you know, when we talk about online training and education, everything is based on the access to an internet connection. So after you've heard and seen what is the quality of the connection in Nunavik, let me tell you the answer. It's bad. It's not very good. It's unstable, and there is no high-speed internet in our communities. And in some communities, there is a waiting list in order to obtain a modem in order to be able to connect. So some of the students registered in post-secondary and universities institutions, they had to stay in Montreal, even though they have online access, they had to stay in Montreal because these are live events. And if they live in Nunavik, they cannot attend remotely these classes and they are going to fail. This is a problem in Nunavik. And in these times of pandemics, this is one of the biggest problems that we face. So, in conclusion, let me say that in the first part, well, we wanted to present you the Kativik School Board. It's very similar to other school boards in Quebec. We offer the same programs, but on top of our remotedness and technical challenges, this makes us specific, meaning that everything that we do has to take into account these challenges. So for adult education, we provide some uh, general education services, also some professional or vocational training, such as woodwork, machinery classes, and so on and so forth. Now, I'm going to give the floor now to Isabel, and she can tell you by taking into account these challenges, what we have done in order to allow our students to access to online teaching. Good afternoon. I am Isabel Bertolesi. I am advisor for online learning as specialist of curriculum development at Kativik School Board. But I am in the educational sector since 1999. I have taught in the primary level, also for adults. I'm also I also give some I am also working in association with the University of Sherbrooke. I understand very well this environment as a teacher, as designer of the platform, and as well as a student. And I think that this is all very important to have the experience of every type of person when we are talking about distance education. Let me talk about this platform, which is the class management platform, and the solutions we had to implement to make sure that this is made accessible. And so there is a CBC report that explained that in Canada, yes, it's 2020, but the reality is that there is the digital divide, meaning that really there are some inequalities in terms of the access to the internet. This is a digital divide, and this is even worse in the remote locations and in the First Nation communities. This is not something that's made up. This is not something that we talk about just to be trendy. This is a real challenge, and people face these challenges. And we're not going to show this CBC report, but I just wanted to tell you that people do have problems accessing the internet and remote education services. The first challenge, first obstacle in relation to online learning is that it's difficult to access the online training when you have an unexistent connection or an unstable internet connection. There are solutions, and the solution is that we are using the Moodle platform. You might know about it. So the first reason why we are using Moodle is because that platform comes with some apps that we can use on a desktop, also on a mobile device. So Moodle can be built in, and this platform can be offered online, and we can also shut down the internet, and the content of classes, education, all of that is still available without internet connection. So this is a win-win solution for us because the internet is unstable. The second obstacle, it's nice to say we have selected this Moodle platform. This is good. And we have several choices. One of the problems with Moodle and other platforms is that when you decide to choose a platform, they are empty. There's nothing in it. So the solution is to have a team of people that are going to work with the platform. That team has to assign a person in charge, a champion, to make sure the project will be going forward within a time frame. This means that we have to focus on teamwork because that's how they're going to feed the Moodle platform, and the users also have their voice. So once we have selected the Moodle platform, then this is just the beginning of the work. So Moodle is orange, and this is the only thing you get when you opt for this platform. Afterwards, we have to feed the platform, and you need to have a vision as well. The vision is decided by the whole team, but we have a staff that is in charge of the Moodle platform. So this is what we have done so far for adult education. This is a teamwork. This really is teamwork so that everybody can commit and participate in the choices and decisions according to the needs. Now, the third obstacle. So without a stable internet connection, it is not possible to design classrooms. So for our schools, we do have a distance education program in Montreal, but classrooms are offered in communities. So even though we say we have Moodle, we have this platform, one of the problems is that we need to feed in Moodle, and we need to have a stable internet connection. We need to have a fast internet connection. So we found a solution, of course. So in Montreal, we have prepared Moodle. We have built in Moodle, and then we have made a clone of it. And we have cloned the Moodle on different servers. We have sent these servers to the communities, and in such a way, communities now have the platform that was designed in Montreal with all of these teaching subjects, content, design, and all of its specificities according to the needs. And all of this is now on these servers. The servers have a complete Moodle information. And what happens is that we have decided to have some subject designers. So if there's a teacher that wants to prepare an English classroom, let's say, for secondary 1 and 2, they can do it, and then we can create clones of this educational content. So instead of providing empty copies to teachers, we ask them to feed in the, the system. And so every teacher will be able to access not only the Moodle platform, but also the content which was designed and prepared by some teachers. Fourth obstacle. If you've never used Moodle, Moodle is a very interesting platform because there is this option, this selection, this possibility where you can turn off the internet and you can still access your content. But because you have to build Moodle content yourself, and because we have specific needs, there's also training involved that we have to offer. Even though you use Moodle, which was prepared and designed, maybe that the Moodle that we have done, which is specific, is not exactly the same. So what we did, we have some tutorials which are customized directly in the platform, and there are different subjects for teachers and students, and everybody can watch them. Everybody therefore can be supported, and everybody can be comfortable using the platform. This is very important to build the platform and to integrate this information in the platform. Also, we have some videos. Moodle is strong in text, and the literacy needs are even higher in in order to use the platform. This might be a challenge. So this is a necessity to use Moodle. We thought that video sessions would be a good way to offer the support in order to use the platform. So what's important for us, and I think that uh, all across Quebec as well, is that we want to focus on the equality in education through accessible online learning. Today is the digital day, but we need to access to digital tools. It's very important, and we need to ask questions. First of all, do our schools offer a strong internet connection? Servers offer a place for students to receive their material, educational material, with a reliable internet connection. Now, do we need to use our platform to attend classrooms? For us, it's Moodle. A student will need to have the appropriate support to use the platform because all of the educational content will be on Moodle. Next question. Now, what is the required speed for students? Well, with Moodle, we can uh, attend classes without any internet connection. But if you use different platforms, if you need to attend classrooms remotely through the internet, then the speed of the internet is important. Now, is there going to be are there going to be examinations that can be downloaded? Yes, the examinations can be downloaded at home. And do we offer offline solutions so that students can attend their classes without an internet connection? Well, the idea that everybody has the internet, it might be the case, but you might not have the right speed. These are the questions you have to raise when you create a platform and when you implement it. And here's another question or a comment rather. Yes, this is just a comment, just a clarification here. All of this is great, but students need to have the right connectivity so that they can attend these online classrooms. Every student that has registered to the vocational training needs to have a computer. This is important. If everybody works from home, then they need to have a device, a machine to connect to the internet. So we have decided to equip all of our students. And Isabel, you have the floor again. Yes, and the last, oh, yes. So once again, are these classes available online and offline? Well, when we say that it's digital, it still might be accessible offline. It's very important to make this distinction. And the last aspect is food for thought. We say that education is the great equalizer in our era. Well, the digital divide is making a big gap. So this is just a food for thought for the future. So you can read this quote. According to Kofi Annan, education is a great equalizer of our era, but online learning, once again, is becoming the great divider. Okay. Oh, we have a question here about the classrooms. How are designed these classrooms or these educational contents? Because this is a platform. How is this process being carried out? Here's the answer. We use the curriculum, which is published by the government, and we ask a teacher to design and to prepare the class with some exercises, uh, assignments, directives, and then we just copy this classroom for other teachers. So if we have different teachers, we are going to be able to develop different classes, different subjects, and we can have some uh, uniformity in these classes, and all of these classroom materials are then shared. And let's not forget that we have a team, a pedagogical team, a team of teachers. This is quite demanding at the beginning. The final result will not be possible without the involvement of all of these people, so that then we can have good results. Any other questions? Isabel, it seems that a gentleman wants to congratulate you. He is using some of that material in his own classroom, and he is able to use the offline content. Yes, this is something that should be further explored. Altogether, we should do it because this offers a great opportunity for people that would be left behind. And so these people could uh, 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 otherwise lose the interest in education. All right, one last question. These people could become dropouts. Yes, here's the last one. The majority of students that are using Moodle are distant students in a traditional way. They can use the Moodle platform. So let's say that they are quite satisfied so far. We do provide some support and follow up. We can talk to them, answer to their questions. So we have a retention rate which is higher than last year for those that were uh, registered in distance learning. Now it's much more personalized, customized, and the age group is between 18 up to 35 years old. These are the ones that are comfortable with technology. So we went from paper to something which is more modern in 2020. So far, it's been very well accepted. Up north as well, we have some students that were part-time students because they had family obligations, and now they can combine both. They are able to attend during some hours, and they can also attend classes using the platform. I think that that's it in a nutshell. We are going to download the questions and we are going to provide some personalized answers, and then we can continue this discussion. Thank you so much for your attention. Thank you for your participation. Thank you for your interest as far as the equality in education through accessible online learning. Thank you so much. Have a great conference. Have a great weekend. Thank you.